Das ist ein ganz besonderes Video. Heute wird nämlich tadadada, dein Baum gepflanzt.
Guck mal, guck mal, guck mal.
Ah, schön.
Seid ihr euch ganz sicher mit dieser Tanne?
Absolut.
Okay, also, liebe Benja, diese Tanne ist für dich. Also, für dich. Ein Zeichen des Lebens. So wie du wachsen wirst, wird dieser Baum mit dir wachsen. Er steht für Kraft.
From the beginning, I think that the actors are phenomenal. I think the lead actress, she did an absolutely amazing fucking job. She was so really good. I felt her numbness. I felt her frustration. And as someone who's not a mother yet, but I mean, is the word to say I know a lot of mothers, but like I know that I've had varying accounts of friends who have had kids and they're absolutely so enamored by their child and feel such a bond and whatnot. And also hearing perspectives in which people were like, I don't understand why I don't have a connection to my baby. It's a lot of trauma. Giving birth, being pregnant, giving birth, having a baby is traumatic. And it's not really, I don't think mothers get the type of aftercare that they truly need, which I feel like this kind of puts a perspective on. And I don't know. It's just very weird how, like, if a mother doesn't have a connection to their baby, it's very demonized as opposed to trying to figure out the root of why and how, and knowing that it definitely is more of like a mental, emotional, chemical reaction. And it's insane. Again, she did a really good job. I think the lead actress really stole the show. I love the way that it escalates and how it unfolds is so beautiful. Just kind of like, her building frustration and like, wanting to so desperately love her baby, but for some reason she doesn't understand why she doesn't. And just finally having that moment with her husband where she finally says how she feels and she's just like, I don't love this baby. I don't know why. I don't know how. And the husband, not that he has a lack of understanding, he just doesn't. Oh, no. Like he does have a lack of understanding and not that he doesn't feel sympathy, but because he loves his daughter so much, he doesn't understand how the mom who birthed her does not. And it's more than just not loving, it's something way deeper than that. But I thought it was absolutely amazing. So I think the ending by the ocean by herself was so momentous. And I feel like that kind of just summed up how she was feeling. She feels alone, floating in the middle of nowhere, and she doesn't know what to do about it. And she feels very lost and confused, and it's very disorienting. But I thought the story was amazing. It's a story that needs to be told more often.
What a remarkably brave film. Postpartum depression is not something a lot of films talk about. It's not a subject that a lot of people want to bring up, but it is something that is very real and affects a lot of women after their babies are born, where they're excited to have a child and they think it's going to be easy, and it's not, as this film shows, where she cannot connect to her baby. She feels like a failure as a mother because she can't breastfeed. All these things that hospitals really should warn women about when they give birth and provide them resources on how to deal with postpartum depression. But after women give birth, they kind of focus more on the baby's health and forget about the mom. She's done her job. And really, a film like this would show the importance of dealing with mom's health and baby's health, because this mom feels like she's drowning. The cinematography is quite gorgeous to show that, where it shows that she very much feels like she's drowning. She's struggling. Her emotions are coming across the screen very well. This is a film where the woman who made it probably has clearly dealt with postpartum depression or knows somebody who has, and it's a subject that should be talked about. Films like this should be seen far and wide so women can get the health care they need after giving birth, where we realize that there is the importance of both mom and baby, not just baby. This film is just brave, talking about something that a lot of people don't want to talk about with postpartum depression.
This short was so sad and touching at the same time. I felt like it was about postpartum depression, and I really wanted her to get help throughout this whole movie. The relationship this couple had before just seemed so beautiful, and they were so excited, and I thought it was a very well told story about what can happen after a baby's born. Really nice acting. Just so believable. Great writing and direction. All of this just felt so real. Really nice music at the end. Great setup with the video and the tree in the beginning. Really nice color scheme throughout and cinematography and lighting. Great flashbacks. great shot with the hand under the bathwater. Just all of it was so realistic and well done, and just great directing and performances, you guys. Really well done, and I think you'll do great. And it was just so sad. I really was left in a sad place, and really wanted her to get hope. Meant, for what I think is postpartum depression going on here. Yeah. Anyway, great job with expressing this story.
This opening sets up the dynamic of the family with this sort of home movie motif. Very lovely interactions between the couple. They really establish that in the film. They're nesting, all of these things. So you really get a sense that this is a young couple who's very excited about the prospect of being parents. And as she ventures into her postpartum, you notice the shift in tone, but also in the coloring. A lot of the pre-birth shots are very colorful, bright, lots of smiles, happy in tone. And then the postpartum coloring is more bleak. A lot of things that she's wearing are more grays, muted colors. Her mood is obviously downtrodden compared to the flashbacks, which are all lighter, filled with more color. Piece shows a different perspective of motherhood, the fatigue, the postpartum, and can really color the view of oneself. The scene where she visualizes pushing a baby is clearly a really big indicator of her current state of mind. And I feel like this is the type of content that a lot of people can relate to because it is such a common thing.
Powerful and really, really emotional and really, really intense. But I enjoyed it for the story. I enjoyed it for it talking about something that doesn't get a lot of attention. It's something that I think many women have a hard time talking about, this kind of postpartum depression or how they feel postpartum. And I think that in general, this is something that a lot of women worry and stress about, of not just what is pregnancy going to look like for me with those hormones, but in addition to that, what is the delivery going to look like? And then what is newborn life going to look like while going through postpartum, because your body just goes through so much. So I really, really appreciated this because I feel like I said, it's something that's not often talked about. I feel like it's something that a lot of women have a very hard time talking about, of this kind of idea and this concept of like what postpartum really can do to you, and a realistic view of what that can mean for some women as a story, as a film. Like, I don't feel like we see very often. So I really, really appreciated this. I thought it was emotional. I thought it was well portrayed. I thought it was intense, and I thought it was powerful.
I really like these woman splitting her life between a newborn baby and her insecurities. The more we can see her, is probably really scared of growing older, and she starts to find things that don't work in her body. So she checks her body every day to find if there is anything going on, any underlying condition, and she's really losing the real life for this problem. She's losing the fact that she has a newborn and she needs to support the child. And I think in the end, with the help of the important people in her life, she finally managed to find her way back. I think it was very introspective, and the acting was great, along with the direction, which was really, really powerful and really focused on the subjects.